This teacher saved 100,000 shillings in just 1 year. So Kamau's story starts in Mombasa when he was able to get a permanent job with the Teacher Service Commission after being unemployed for a while. So he decided his biggest priority was to create an emergency fund, which is money that you save for a rainy day. And typically, financial advisors advise that you should have at least 6 months worth of your living expenses in an emergency fund. So Kamau decided he needed an emergency fund worth at least 100,000 shillings. And after doing his budgeting, he decided to save 9,000 shillings every month. At this point, he was earning 40,000 as his net salary. So he decided every month 9,000 will automatically go towards the emergency fund. He also budgeted the remaining 1,000 to make sure that it was able to take care of all his basic needs as well as his wants. This includes his rent, his transport to work, his food and meals, of course with some discretionary expenses. So that's how he was able to distribute this 1,000. So because of having this budget, within a year he had saved 108,000 in the emergency fund through the 9,000 that he was depositing through the standing order. However, to ensure that he was hitting his goal, he also came up with a few tools that we can learn from Kamau. Number one is he was able to budget his salary to the last coin. So one way of doing it, he was able to separate 9,000 in savings, then track that 1,000. And with this, he used an Excel sheet. There are also tracking apps these days that you can use to track every coin, where it's going. And tracking your daily expenses ensures that you stick on budget, and it also allows you to spot areas where you can save. So for example, if you notice that food is taking 7,000 every month and you are buying it from a supermarket, you can probably opt to buy from a wholesaler, or if you are buying tomatoes from the kibanda, you can opt to go to the bigger market and do bulk shopping to save on that, because you are able to see how much even the small shilling where it's going. Of course, creating a standing order was important for Kamau because he was able to save this 9,000 consistently even without thinking about it, because the 9,000 is deducted automatically from his salary account without him having to think about creating the savings and taking care of his emergency fund. We all have different financial goals. Ours could be different from Kamau, but regardless of our personal circumstances, there are certain universal principles that we can learn from Kamau. Number one is have a personalized financial goal. It could be you want to buy a shamba, or you want to buy a car for yourself, you want to go on vacation. It's important to have a goal that is personalized to your needs and your wants. There is no straitjacket that works that we all should be saving to buy a car, or we should be saving to buy a plot of land. Number two is to prioritize the savings. Some people say that saving is a form of paying yourself. So this is money that should always be the number one priority. You do not spend and save whatever remains. Rather, you should start by saving and then spending whatever is remaining after you have saved. Number three is to create a budget where you factor in how much you expect to spend within a month. For example, if your income is coming in monthly, consider all the basic needs so that you do not have to seek for money elsewhere to take care of your basic needs. And also make sure you reward yourself with some form of secondary wants, maybe a subscription there, or you want to go for an outing once in a while, so that you also are motivated to continue working hard. Number four is to embrace good spending habits. This involves getting above some of the weaknesses like impulse buying, or you want to eat out when it's probably more affordable to make a meal at home, or you want to take a taxi where public transport like a matatu will do, and getting used to that kind of personal discipline. The last one is to keep on tracking your progress in terms of the savings and also in terms of the budgetary spending. So in terms of tracking your savings, there are options where you can get e-statements. You can be checking in with the bank or with mobile apps where people are saving, so that you make sure that you're meeting your personal goal in terms of the savings. and you're also tracking where your money is going in terms of the regular expenses, so that you have either the Excel sheet or you have a notebook where you write how much you are spending on a daily basis, and making sure you are always identifying areas where you can save more. If you'd like to share your personal finance story and inspire other Kenyans to do better, you can reach us at editor@money254.com.